Hey, what's up everybody? Quick disclaimer, this is a 21-year-old and up channel, so if you're not 21, please leave the channel now. I appreciate it. And we are sponsored by APSU Living Organics. So you can see apsusoil.com, check them out. And we've got our babies. Looking like they're growing pretty good, huh? This is direct sow into the APSU super soil. We topped off yesterday. Looks like we got a little bit of spinach popping now. That's good. Cucumbers got planted. You can see we topped off the bed with APSU super soil. Still waiting on the tomatoes. I think I got some bad seeds. None of them have popped, but our squash has popped. Tomato, as you can see, looks a little overwatered, but we got flowers. Hopefully this gets big enough to suck some of that water we... if you've been following along, you kind of understand. We filled that up, waited 10 days. We kind of filled the whole reservoir up with water. We didn't mean to do that. We didn't know it was leaking, so we had to shut it off and then start over again, basically. But not before we filled the reservoir up. So we got a little flooded. The tomato's been in here through all of it, so that's why it looks a little rough. But it should pull through. But as you can see, we dropped a seed in there, just on the edge. Looks like it's doing alright. I do have some new, we got carrots too. I came in here this morning and the lights were on. And I came in 5 minutes early and I was like, what the hell? And I think that the light was on the whole night because I came in here and I noticed that I was only at 52%, and at this setting I have to be at least 55% for the warm white to work. And I had it at 53% because I remember I changed it the other day to 15 hours. And I think I did, yeah, I think it was, well, long story short, the lights were on all night. So I think the lights have been on all night for like the last 3 nights in a row. So that could explain what I'm seeing, like here, like the sun bleaching in the star moss. That's what that looks like anyway. Sun bleaching in the star moss. Star moss don't like a lot of light. And then you can see the baby almost like it's getting burnt. I can see it in certain things. It's kind of crazy. If you're paying attention, you can actually see the light burn in certain things. Certain things like the light, certain things don't. I know these over here, hopefully we haven't harmed them. I don't think we have. I've been checking them out, but they definitely have changed colors. Look at that. Underneath, we've ripened them up underneath, but look at the white hair, like on the tips. Kind of how they're like bleached a little bit. They smell delicious. They smell like apple fritter baby shit. And this was the runt of the litter too. So if you're new to the system, I'm just going to do a quick overview of what we got going on here. This isn't a horizontal soil system. This is the same over here, horizontal. What I mean by that is it's basically has a pond liner down here. This is a rubber pond liner. This is 12 inches of basically up to here. We have all the way up to sand, pea gravel, silk, the same stuff that's in the creek that we harvest from our property here, which is basically just creek sand on the edge of the creek, and we clean it with the sun. We lay it out in our driveway, let the sun cook it out. Then we remove a lot of the organic matter by putting it in a wheelbarrow and blasting it with water. But then we have, the way this is built, we have a water trap hole here. You can see it over here. We actually have water over here in it now. So there's water down there. That water will dry up when we get more plants in here. So that since we've cut out majority of all the big flower, there's no plants other than the empress tree and some grass, but there's really no roots going on over here except for those empress trees. Once we get roots back in there, they'll start wicking up that water. This water, they'll drink from the bottom up. The water is being wicked up in certain places from the creek. We extend that sand and silt up over the creek wall into the soil layers. This is where the water is wicked. Stays wet. You can see how moist it stays. And we literally just topped off this yesterday. So we topped off all of this with the APSU Super Soil and my IMO. Move this shit out of the way. My IMO. This is IMO 5. Soil, rabbit poo, basically been cooked multiple times. It's got soil from around the oak tree around here. It's definitely fungal dominant. We had mushrooms growing in it, so we just spread this out all around here, then topped that with APSU, and then we just kind of blended it a little bit. Now today we're going to go get some more. I did not put any IMO over here. This is just APSU Super Soil. We're just doing APSU Super Soil over here. Over here, this has been my concoction. But we are going to start adding APSU when we top off. Now, oh look, a June bug. How in the world did you get in here? You must have come in with the IMO maybe? Are you alive? Yeah, you're alive. Is that June? That is a big June bug. Holy cow. Look how cool that thing looks. Gorgeous beetles. You can actually take some string and tie string around his leg. Nope, there's some black soldier fly larvae right beside it. That's dead though. Good sign. Yeah, you tie string around, fly them things around. Maybe a little old June bug. These things are definitely turped up, tightened up nicely. Probably because we've been getting 24 hours of light for the past 3 days. Or at least a little residual light from over there anyway. But that's my bad, huh? Let's go over here and see these. Guess the 24-hour light ain't gonna hurt them at this stage. It ain't gonna hurt anything else. Just was I talking about the horizontal? Yeah, the horizontal, the water all that extra water goes down into the E-Horizon, separating it from the soil. This allows drainage, basically, for soil. We don't have to water because it's being wicked up, pulled up from the bottom and wicked in from the top. So it kind of solves our water problem. Everything attaches itself to, this is dog fennel here, so we just basically chop and drop a lot of this. You can see we were chopping and dropping. So this allows a really good home for our biology. Microbes. The edge of the creek creates a microbiome that is pretty cool. Definitely comes alive with all that moisture around the edge. Worms run through that sand and silt, turning it into worm castings. This all used to be sand and silt. You can see it's all worm castings now. So that is what we're looking for. This, under a microscope, is money. Worm castings made out of organic matter, sand, silt, all natural. You just put it in your soil and it's food for microbes. That's how it works. It's really simple, actually. We're using a horizontal system, basically just nature. You have O, E, A, O. You have many different layers, but I just use the E, A, and O because it's easy to remember. E, A, E, A, O. So E is at the bottom. A is in the middle where your soil and your substrate is, and then organic matter on top. Basically your mulch layer. So your mulch layer in your first 2 inches of your soil is where all your life is. And then you get your earthworms and stuff down towards the bottom, but we want this to be as live as possible, and then have a constant water source coming from the creek. And that water source, as long as it's clean and flowing, has oxygen in it, and then the algae keeps the water purified. We don't have any filtration other than this pad here. I just set this right here. It's just a kind of a nitrate pad that we clean out every once in a while. And then I have a ChemiPure bag, which are just these biochar bags, basically, that filter water. You can see that the worms come up and like to eat the bacteria that's coming from that bag. So it's just releasing nutrients from here to over here. It's wicking it up by the grass. We did crash the system. That's where all this brown grass came from. This is about a little over a month ago. I turned the lights, messed the lights up, and not realizing that far red and deep red spectrum kills the algae. And we killed off all our algae, we killed off a bunch of shrimp, killed a fish. Yeah, it was a mess. So we figured out what we did wrong and fixed the problem just through water changes. Did a bunch of water changes over the course of a week. Then we added back in our photosynthetic bacteria and our cyanobacteria. Now all we got to do is keep the creek. You can see we got our algae back. It's also creating oxygen, which is what we want. But we just have to steward the bed. keep the algae from taking over. So I take the algae out. You see a little snail there too. But put it right in the soil, and the worms will come up and just eat it. It's like candy to a baby. All that bacteria and turtle waste, fish waste gets trapped in the algae. And then it's our job to put it in the soil. These are the lucky bamboo roots. They really help clean the water as well. Just run our hand through it and let that pad catch some of it. That's basically it. We're just transferring the poo into the soil. Simple as that. And we allow the soil to connect to the creek, which allows moisture to wick in. Biology on the edge of the creek, love it. As you can see, look at the grass roots running through all that. More importantly, we got the roly-polies that keep everything aerated, keep everything broken down. As long as we keep feeding fresh material for them to eat, they will run through it and release all that mineral to the plants. And what we get is a diverse symphony of soil, so to speak. And plants just love it. Terpenes are insane. And this is the 5th run. So this is the end of the 5th run, actually. So, like I said, we're getting ready to start run number 6 with these right here. We're starting off with 24 hours of light. I guess that's not bad, but I don't reckon that'll hurt them too bad if we reduce them. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. I don't see really any stress from it. I don't see any stress. I mean, this thing has been crazy. It did all that last night. Keep topping it. Let it run around this way and that way. And just chop and drop the rest of it in here. Good to see some spinach coming. So just about everything but the tomato. I planted all the seeds in there, so maybe one of them will pop. Everything else popped. Even the one I just threw in the bed over there. So the APSU super soil, all you got to do is put it in a pot. I laid it out in the tray like you see here. I just put sticks in between, and voila, everything popped. Everything. Pretty cool. Didn't have to do anything but drop them in and keep it watered. And it holds water like crazy. You see no perlite, just vermiculite, so it holds moisture really well. And it's seed to harvest. So all we gotta do is keep it watered. We're gonna test that theory. He's done it multiple times and it's tried and true. This stuff is, I wouldn't have it in here if I didn't believe in it. APSU Super Soil, the green bag. I got it outdoors and it's crushing it outdoors. Like I said, the tomato plant's doing great. It's just overwatered because that's my fault. But if it didn't have that, the bigger it gets, it seems to be wicking up more of that extra water. So hopefully it'll just pull itself out of that. It looks really good though. I mean, given the fact that it's been in here from the get-go. It's pulled through nicely. Got flowers going, flowers all over it. Whether or not we get tomatoes or not, we shall see. We gotta get some fish in here. We got Shiner Jr. in here, and I know he's in here. Saw him the other day. He's either underneath that rock or he's underneath the pump over there. He likes the pump. So, anyway, I hope everybody has a great Monday. Not sure if we'll go live today or not, but if we do, just hit that notification button. It'll let you know when we go live. Until then, tomorrow, peace.